Hello, my name is Kira. I don't have an opening. Let's just get right into it. This is more epic. And, what's this part called? The Ocean Saga. I should have been able to remember that. Anyway, this is the Ocean Saga, so storm, luck runs out, keep your friends close, and ruthlessness. Now, I've heard of ruthlessness before, so I'm going to assume it's pretty epic. But you know what? This whole thing has been. So let's just get right into it. Oh, I'm very excited to watch more of this. Let's go.
Tides have grown in strength and size. Is it nature or divine, or a blessing in disguise? Our homes inside, this storm's our final fight. There's no time to die. Comrades, sir, brace for a storm. The likes of which we've never seen before. Brace for a storm. So close, we must keep pushing forward. Full speed ahead towards the island, but avoid the crashing waves. Tread where the tide is flat, and then you will be safe. Captain, we will capsize with these waves. Our fleet will fail. Have them follow my ship, all ensure that we prevail. We're taking too much damage to survive. We'll beat this storm. At this rate, we won't make it out alive. Help to an island in the sky. You really just grab the harpoons, as many as you can find. What do you have in mind? We're gonna shoot for the sky. What? Storm. Everyone grab a harpoon and aim it high. Storm. We're shooting for the island in the sky. In the sky.
Okay, so this part really starts out with the heavy sound, and I know that the choir is the one associated with the gods, but you also have the men, the crew also coming in from the choir as well. So So I can't be sure. Maybe that's like the gods laying claim to the crew. Like if somebody else gets associated with someone else's instrument, the way that these characters have been assigned kind of to instruments, the way that if the crew starts doing this choir thing the way that the gods do, which they were doing at the very beginning, I think, yes. Yeah, right there, and that makes sense because he pissed off Poseidon, so it makes sense that the sea's not going to be too friendly right now. So I wonder if that's kind of the gods laying claim to the crew by having them join in with the choir. Maybe, I don't know. But this part of this saga definitely starts out with a really punchy song. The way that the last one quite didn't. Like the last saga, the Polyphemus saga, like really waited until you can be the last to die, and that was when things super ramped up. This, from the very beginning, things are crazy, so you can kind of tell that it's like we're entering the middle of a story, right? They've been suffering for a while. This is not the beginning. We are entering into the middle of this harsh struggle against the sea. So there doesn't need to be any build up. And in fact, placing us right in the middle with a song that already has the choir from both the gods and from the sailors. The whole thing, really. I mean,
we're gonna shoot for the sky. What?
I love that. I'm like, yeah, there's no pause, right? I mean, I guess there's a bit of a pause as he's asking what the heck they're gonna do, but it's really hard the whole time. There's no lead in, so I can guess this is not gonna be fun going forward. So, keep your friends close, or luck runs out. Okay.
Please don't tell me you're about to do what I think you'll do.
Okay, so going softer here, actually.
The legends of the island in the sky, this proves they're true. We're in the home of the wind god.
We don't know for sure.
How many floating islands have you seen before? This is the home of the wind god.
And what's your plan?
I'm gonna climb to the top and ask him for a hand.
You could be caught off guard and lose your life, or piss off this god and infuse us with strife. Don't forget how dangerous the gods are.
Have faith, friend, we've come this far.
Yes, but how much longer till your luck runs out? How much longer till the show goes south? How much longer till we all fall down? You rely on wind and people die on it. Whoa.
I still believe in goodness. I still believe that we could be kind. Lead from the heart and see what starts.
And what will we do when it tears us apart?
Where is this coming from, my friend?
I just don't wanna see another life end. You're like the brother I could never do without.
And suddenly you doubt that I could figure this out.
Captain, how much longer till your luck runs out? How much longer till the show goes south? How much longer till we all fall down? You rely on wish and people die on it. Whoa, how much longer till the snake breaks free? How much longer till your great day sees? How much longer till your strength takes leave? You rely on wish and people die on it. Whoa.
Thank you for the concern, but brother, I can assure you, our journey is almost done. I understand that we're tired, I understand that we're phased, but don't forget how much we've already faced. I took 600 men to war and not one of them died there. In case you needed a reminder, if you'd like to speak more, let me pull you aside then. I need to talk to you in private. I can't have you planting seeds of doubt. I can't have you disagreeing each route. I need you to always be devout and comply with this, or we'll all die in this. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ooh, okay. So that was... I have to actually go back. So this actually has a very modern feel to it. I find like this is actually like starting with the softness, like of something that is about to start. Obviously, that's going with the island and the sky. This is something that's starting, and so starting with something that's a little softer. We're not entering into the middle of something. This is the beginning, but it does really have a modern feel.
Please don't tell me you're about to do what I think you'll do.
With the singing.
You've heard the legends of the island in the sky. This proves they're true. We're in the home of the wind god.
We don't know for sure.
How many floating islands have you seen before? This is the home of the wind god.
And what's your plan?
I'm gonna climb to the top and ask him for a hand.
You could be caught off guard and lose your life or piss off this god.
The beat here, very modern.
Don't forget how
With modern
dangerous
pop.
the gods are.
Have faith, friend, we've come this far.
Yes, but how much longer till your luck runs out? How much longer till the show goes south?
Very modern.
How much longer till we all fall down? You rely on wind and people die on it. Whoa.
I still believe in
Oh god.
goodness. I still believe.
And hitting that note up there, this is very reminiscent of a pop song to me. I like it. Well, I guess maybe I shouldn't say modern pop song, but I should say like this is like, it almost reminds me of when we went back here. This almost reminds me of like Bastille around like 2012, right? Like kind of a Pompeii sound to it.
I can't have you planting seeds of doubt. I can't have you disagree.
Of course, there's the choir. I think they really are. It's the gods claiming his crew.
With this, or we'll all die in this. Okay.
Okay.
It's very, yeah, that's reminded me of the choir in Pompeii. That's what it is. Yeah. That's what it is. It reminds me very much of the Bastille song around like 2012, especially with the choir in the background. If any of you heard the Hans Zimmer / Pompeii thing that they did for the Planet Earth thing, which was so gorgeous, I really should check it out if you haven't heard that. The vocals, the choir in the background really reminds me of this, where it, as in the past, it has reminded me of more of an old style of of a choir in the background, which is usually associated with kind of an older style of singing, or with just straight up Broadway numbers having a choir in the background. This sounded almost like a modern pop song with the way that they were singing, and just with the, I don't want to say riff, but the way that he dips his voice and then it was hitting the kind of the falsetto note up there. Just sounded like modern singers will go with their songs, So, and the closest I can come with is Dan Smith and Bastille. That's what it reminds me the most of. So this is definitely having the choir, but it sounds much more modern, and it's a very cool mishmash of kind of that more modern singing, also with the nice beat. Like when you have beats like that's just always going to feel very modern to me, because that's something that we just do in our kind of modern music, is have kind of that constant beat in the background. I'm not sure why, it's just what music does these days. And then kind of having I don't want to say chorus, because we don't get it like the full 3 times. It's not like the verse 1 chorus, verse 2 chorus, kind of some kind of bridge, and then basically the chorus again. That isn't the structure of this, but we certainly had we certainly did have the verse, the chorus, the verse, and then this kind of final confrontation of taking him down into the bottom and doing the chorus again. So it definitely felt like the most modern song that has happened so far, which is cool. I do like the way that this is changing up the Ocean Saga. Okay, trigger warning flash.
wind god Aeolus. I don't know if you know this, but our path to home is blocked by an impenetrable storm. I ask for your assistance so we at last can go the distance. Can you cast the perfect winds for us and aid our journey home?
Ha ha ha! I am the wind, twisting and turning. I give the fire enough to stay burning. Let's play a game.
A game?
That's what I'm serving, and if you win, you will get what you're yearning.
Deal.
Take a look right here.
Sorry, I don't like pausing in the song, but again, now we're getting that beat, the drum beat. Again, this is a very modern feeling song, and if you listen to the way that she's singing, it sounds like someone, like, you know, one of our modern pop artists, the way that she's dealing with the notes and kind of just the whole delivery of it. So this feels, you know, of the last one, if the Polyphemus thing really depended on that synth and that darkness and that really cool like cello sound, and you know, it was, you know, obviously splat. This change into the very modern sound after we've had, I would say the Troy Saga was much more of kind of a Broadway sound with the god choir and the way that it kind of traveled and told a story. And then the next one, I'm not really sure how I would describe it. Not quite modern, maybe still kind of in the Broadway, but maybe like old style Broadway, like more like Oklahoma. But then the next one was definitely like really dark with just the synth and everything, and now I'm kind of transitioning into this almost like modern sound. I love the way that none of these parts, like, I haven't written out what parts belong to which saga, but I feel like even if I didn't, I would be able to tell when the sagas had changed into a different saga just because they changed their sound. I'll go back a little bit here.
Ha ha ha! I am the wind, twisting and turning. I give the fire enough to stay burning. Let's play a game.
A game?
That's what I'm serving, and if you win, you will get what you're yearning.
Deal.
Take a look right here at this bag. It has the winds of the storm all trapped. All you gotta do is not open this bag.
Sounds too easy, what's the catch?
Ha ha ha! Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Never really know who you can trust. If they wanna get the bag open, you gotta say no, sir. Sometimes killing is a must.
What?
'Cause the end always justifies the means. Friends turn to foes in rivalry. So keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Never really know who you can trust. Never really know who you can trust.
Captain, what's happening? What's trapped in that bag? Something dangerous, friends, we mustn't lag.
It's treasure.
What?
Bye-bye.
Open the bag!
Let's see what you got.
No, do not! Everybody listen closely. See how this bag is closed? That's how it's supposed to be. This bag has the storm inside. We cannot let the treasure rumor fly.
We'll try.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Never really know who you can trust.
Now they wanna get the bag open so they can have closure.
Sometimes sneaking is a must.
'Cause the end always justifies the means.
Everything's changed since polity, so
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
never really know who you can trust.
For 9 days I've stayed wide awake, trying to make it home with no storm or tidal wave. I remain unopposed, the bag is still closed, and I'm getting closer to you. I can't wait to make some new memories. Time for me to be the father I never was. Just keep your eyes open. Why are my eyes and my heart and my soul so heavy? Just keep your eyes open. I keep on trying to embrace you both. Why won't you let me? Just keep your eyes open. So much has changed, but I'm the same. Yes, I'm the same. Just keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open.
Wake up. Wake up! Odysseus, they're opening the bag! Wake up!
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Never really know who you can trust.
Never really know who you can trust.
I am.
Oh. Okay, so obviously that was insanely insanely a modern pop. Keep your friends and your enemies closer. I mean, she was delightful, but yet it was so very modern pop. Like that a lot. I just love how these different sagas just have completely different feels to them. That is so cool. How you wouldn't even need to know that you're switching from one to the other, because there's such a distinct feel to all of them. I'm not sure that I've heard anything that does that quite so blatantly before. Like, you'll have shifts in mood sometimes, but this is really just like changing complete styles, you know? And so it was very, very modern, but then towards the end, it actually switched into being more not modern pop. And so I'm going to guess that Ruthlessness is not going to be that way. Because most of this song was very playful and gentle. I'm going to guess that the one called Ruthlessness, not so playful and gentle. This is the last one in the Ocean Saga, so let's see what happens. Animatics are, as usual, gorgeous. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, already this doesn't sound modern.
Poseidon. In all my years of living, it isn't very often that I get pissed off. I try to chill with the waves, but damn, you crossed the line.
Sorry, I paused during the song. Okay, so right away they're actually bringing that synth back at the very beginning to call back to the Polyphemus part. This is more modern than I was expecting, just with the singing style. Kind of, well, I mean, kind of sounds Western, which I guess would be appropriate with the huge horse. But yeah, I know that is a form of Poseidon takes, but I do love the callback, and I guess it is still kind of modern. We'll see if the whole song goes that way, though. There we go. There's the beat, but of course it's got that to it.
In all my years of living, it isn't very often that I get pissed off. I try to chill with the waves, but damn, you crossed the line. I've been so gracious, and yet you hurt the son of mine. That's right, the Cyclops you made blind is mine. No. I'm left without a choice and without a doubt. Yes, the back of wolves are swimming with the shark now. I gotta make you bleed, I need to see you drown. But before you go, I need to make you learn how ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. Ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. Ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. You are the worst kind of good, 'cause you're not even great. A Greek who reeks of false righteousness, that's what I hate. 'Cause you fight to save lives but won't kill and don't get the job done. I mean, you totally could have avoided all this had you just killed my son. But no, you are far too nice. Mercy has a price. It's the final crack. We're about to break the ice now. You reveal your name, then you let him live. Unlike you, I've got no mercy left to give. 'Cause ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. Ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. Ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. Ourselves. And now my son's pain and all his cries. Poseidon, we meant no harm, we only hurt him to disarm him. We took no pleasure in his pain, we only wanted to escape. The line between naivety and hopefulness is almost invisible, so close your heart. The world is dark and ruthlessness is die.
What have you done? When does a ripple become a tidal wave?
43 left under your command.
When does a man become a monster?
I am your darkest moment, the monster that always draws near. Any last words?
All I gotta do is open this bag.
What? Remember me.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that definitely still had a modern feel to it. The way that Poseidon sang with that, I love that growl in his voice, you know. So it did kind of remind me of the sound that a modern Western singers will have. They just don't tend to sing in this kind of like, it was pretty...
In all my years of living, it isn't very often that I get pissed off.
Like I feel like I could turn on like Western radio and hear something very similar to this, but not something similar to this.
The line between naivety
Here we have the
and
strings.
hopefulness is almost invisible, so close your heart. The world is dark and ruthless.
The strings add so much. And that beat, but again, it's like, it has so much to it. I love that. So yeah, I was talking about how beats are very modern, but it's like the way that the beat is mixed just with that super deep sound. It wasn't like the last song that was like, oh, we have a beat going on, da 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 da. This is just that thrumming, like kind of, you know, chilling sort of beat, you know. It's very cool. Incredibly cool. We go. And the choir here. Love.
Darkest moment, the monster that always draws near.
And again, like the singing, just the singing, the sounds of the singing is very, very modern. I do love the callback to the darkest moment with the baby. Very cool. Very cool. Which makes sense because of course he's talking about his son, and so it's kind of so drawing back to the idea of basically children and how Odysseus has wronged children. That's very it's just very neat. It's just very neat.
Any last words?
All I gotta do is open this bag.
What?
And then it changes into like the horns and stuff. So it's like I can kind of like if you know, you can tell that it's almost by switching its musical style that we're going into something else. This is going to be the beginning of something else. You know, at the very end of this, we're going into the beginning of something else. We still have that beat, but with the horns, it sounds much more like a band, like a classical orchestral band.
Remember me.
And then the little bit at the end, like, so we are starting something new that with just the pipes and the, you know, it sounded like, you know, if you were in, not quite marching band, but if you were in a classical orchestra, when you get the horns and the percussion going at the same time, that really makes it sound different from the entire rest of the song, which had way more of a modern feel than I thought it was going to have. Just like with the title Ruthlessness, I was really expecting more of kind of that deeper, darker sound, maybe getting the cello back in there, but I guess that was Polyphemus's instrument. But I was expecting maybe a much darker instrument, like even like a bassoon or something for Poseidon, but didn't get that. Instead, we got a much more kind of raspy Western sound, but combined with less modern instrumentals. It was a very cool mix of the two, so it called back to the Polyphemus saga, while at the same time continuing with this more modern sound of the Ocean Saga. So, really fun. Let me just drag my chair into the middle so I can talk about the whole thing, I guess. Okay, so that was just extremely fun. I do, like I mentioned, I do like the way that it's like you can tell that you're switching places just by the music. I like how we came into the middle of something. Like we didn't bother with the, you know, oh no, the skies are turning bad and the waves are starting. It just put us right in the middle of a storm, you know, so it just sped things up a little bit. Didn't need to have all that time. It was just like, you know what, placing you right in the middle, you can guess what happened beforehand. It's not that hard to guess. Sometimes they just like, you know, it's like we have to tell you every single little detail, and this is just like, you know what, you can just guess how it went, you know? You can guess how a storm started, and you can guess how the men are feeling, and you can just understand how they're going, oh man, Captain, this ain't going so well. You know, and yeah, so I appreciate that, and just this very cool modern look. Luck runs out. That's awesome. I love the sound in.
So we at last can go the distance. Can you cast the perfect winds for us and aid our journey home?
Ha ha ha! I am the wind, twisting and turning. I give the fire enough to save.
I love that. I love that.
A game?
That's what I'm serving, and if you win, you will get what you're yearning.
Deal.
Take a look right here.
And also just the fast vocals there. Like I'm not going to say it's a rap, but it's definitely the fast vocals again is also a very modern thing. So any of these songs have a very, you know, it's a very kind of cool way to look at things. I also enjoyed that because it's modern, when they went back to calling back to like when he killed the baby or when he's thinking about Penelope, it did actually, or when they're thinking about Pallades, it did actually really call back to those characters because it was such a throwback to the old sound and not this kind of modern poppy sound that was going on during this saga. So very cool, really liked this. The confrontation with Poseidon, very cool. And just highly enjoyable. Like, this is so re-listenable. It's so re-listenable. I love it. And, you know, it's hard to get bored because everything just changes it up and it doesn't feel like you're ever listening to, like, you know, with some artists, it's like, you know, okay, this is like your 5th song in a row. It sounds basically exactly the same. But this is never like that. Each song has a really distinct feel to it. Each saga has its own distinct feel to it, while at the same time the songs are always distinct, but the sagas are distinct from each other. It's so cool. It's so well done. Just, I have so much respect for the composer. And also the artists who keep making these beautiful animatics. So thank you. That was the Ocean Saga from Epic, and hopefully I'll be able to get to more of that really soon. So thank you for joining me for this. I hope you're doing well wherever and whenever you are. Again, my name is Kira. If you feel like dropping a like or subscribing or whatever, I love having people in the community talking, and you know what, you have some opinions, so something to tell me. I love reading comments and responding to people, so don't be freaked out if I respond to you. So yeah, I hope you're doing well wherever and whenever you are, and I will see you hopefully soon. Bye.